Hi, thanks for joining my lesson. This one is on a B.B. King solo from the song called Chains and Things. Recently done a Freddie King solo and an Albert King solo, so I thought I should really complete the Three Kings trilogy, or the hat trick if you like, and do some B.B. King. So this is from an album called Indianola Mississippi Seeds, which is a 1970 album, which according to Wikipedia, B.B. King said was his best album that he'd done artistically. So high praise indeed from the man himself, so definitely worth checking out the album. I couldn't find any live versions, so this is from the actual album studio version. It's a minor blues, no sort of fancy dominant 5 chords, so just a basic A minor, because it's an A minor blues. The 4 chord is a D minor and the 5 chord is an E minor. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get stuck into it. So first things first, we're going to start off, so because it's minor blues I should say, well this is almost entirely the minor pentatonic scale. There's no BB box element to it because that's bringing in some major and you can't really do that over minor chords. So it's straightforward note-wise, its complexity comes in the dynamics. So there's certain parts of the solo where he's playing it so gently you can't hear it. In fact, the tail out of the end of the solo you really can't hear unless you've got headphones on or turned it up very loud, and that in itself is quite hard to play that gently and yet still smoothly, but he's B.B. King, so you know he knows what he's doing. So yeah, let's start. So we start off with this little lick which jumps from the first position up to the second position, A minor pentatonic, and it starts off like this. So what we're doing there is we're doing a little triplet. We're playing 5 on the B string and then 5 twice on the A string. Usually I would say separate those notes, I don't have them ring out together, but I think in this case he does, gives it a bit more of an oomph. So you can just bar across the two of them. He then plays the A note again twice, but he plays it up here on the 10th fret of the B string, like staccato style. So because that and that are the same note, we could go, or we could go. Sounds to me like the two sets of A's are played in slightly different places, so I play it like this. Up to you. Lick 2 is going to be so what we're doing there is 10th fret on the B string, 8-10 on the E string, and then play twice more 10th fret on the B string. So we've got a little gap between them all there, like a staccato. And finish with a little micro bend using your first finger on the 8th fret of the E string. Third lick is going to be, so that's 10 again on the B, 8-10 on the E again, and then bend twice the 10th fret on the E. And we're bending up a tone, so we're getting to this pitch, and we're not sounding in a release, so. And then he only holds it for a second, it's just muted. And that's the third lick, so let's put those first 3 together. And then the fourth lick. So what we're doing there, 10, 8, 10 again, and then bend again, and then repeat the 8, 10 bend on the E string, come back to the 8 on the E string, pull off from 10 to 8 on the E string, ten on the B, 8 on the E, and then pick it and hammer onto the 10. A little bit of vibrato. So that lick, the fourth lick, so again from the beginning, all of them together. Then we've got this really quiet 2 licks where he just basically, it's really hard to hear. He's playing so quietly and delicately. You don't have to, if you can, obviously that's good. So basically, after we've hammered on from the 10, from the 8 to the 10, we're going to pick again, like a half bend, release, pull off to the 8, and then hit the 10 on the B. And then we finish with this little flurry of notes where he's going, picking the 8 again on the E, pulling off 10 to 8 on the B, and hitting 9 on the G. So if I put that in the context of the fourth lick, it's going to sound like this. And let's put it all together then. So after that little flurry of notes, we then go back to a bit more volume, and we're going to go. So what we got there, we start again with the 10, 8, 10. So 10 on the B, 8, 10 on the E. And then we bend the 10 up one tone, play 8, 10 again, and then bend again. And this time we do give a bit of vibrato. And then we come up to this classic B.B. King move, where basically we jump up from our root note here on the 5th fret up to another A, so a whole octave up, this time on the 17th fret, pick it and slide down. So you can down pick and do that, or you can do an up pick and lightly mute the B and the G strings, and then you don't have to hit them, but if you do, like a bit more of a raking sound. So let's put that all together again. So this slide down, just delay it a little bit longer than what you think you would. So going to kind of naturally you want to come in a bit quicker, but he delays it just like a 16th note longer or something. So after we've slid down from there, we're going to play this. And what we're doing there is a little micro bend on the 8th fret of the E string, and then play 5 twice, and then 8, 5 on the B. We're then going to roll our finger and play the 5 on the G. So and then after the 5 on the G, we're going to play 7 on the G. And then after the 7 on the G, we're going to play 5 on the B again and 5 on the G again. And then we're going to finish with 7 on the D, and then a double stop of 5 on the G and 5 on the B again. And that's that lick. And then very quickly we go into the next one, which is so what we're doing there is we're sliding up from 8 to 10 on the B, and then 8, 10 on the E, and then we're bending the 10 up a tone again, but this time we are sounding the release, so and we're pulling off to the 8. And then we're playing 10 on the B. And that's almost the end. We then, to finish with, we're going to come back to this thing, but we're going to do it 4 times. And then after we've done that 4 times, we again do the micro bend on the 8, twice on the 5 E string. Unless you've got really good ears, like I said, or you're playing it really loudly, or you've got headphones, you could kind of end the solo there, because it doesn't sound like he's doing much more. But he does, and it's just very quiet. So after it's gone, you can, if you want to, do this. So what he's done there is after this, it's 8-5 on the B, and then half a tone bend on the 7th of the G, mute, play the 7 again, unbent, play the 5, and then finish with the 7 on the D. And then 4 times pick the 7th fret on the G. And then 5 on the B, 5 on the G, like we did earlier. And then to finish with, which is 7 on the D, 5 on the G, 7 on the D, 5 on the D, 7 on the A. Yeah, like I said, very quiet, nice little riff, lick, but you don't really hear it, but up to you if you play it or not. So I'll go for it one last time, a little bit slowly, and then we're done. So. That's it up. Yeah, relatively easy for a BB King one. I am going to do another one soon, probably based on a live performance where I want it to be more of a major blues so that we can do the BB box. Haven't decided what yet, but if anyone's got any suggestions or something they'd like to learn, put in the comments. I'll do a backing track, or I'll post a backing track, very simple one, just of the chords and the right beats per minute and stuff so that you can practice this. And yeah, have fun, enjoy, and have a good day. Bye.